First off, I want to say, fuck you, I was right, fuck you, I was right, fuck you, I was right, fuck you, I was motherfucking right. Alright, legitimately. The IMF literally came out and said they want to start a Bretton Woods 2. Bretton Woods 2020. And I got a video from the IMF chair to stand here and prove it to you. So let's go over this. Right, it's about 12 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Legit. It's not a whole lot of shit. Right? But it's gonna show you everything I said was right, and they're gonna touch on every point that we talk about. All of it. Every fucking ounce. I'm gonna show you exactly why it is I've been telling you what I've been telling you. Let's get to it.
I first want to thank Dr. Ernest Kwamina Addison for his excellent remarks and for his contributions as chairman of the IMF's Board of Governors. Reflecting on the dramatic change in the world over the last year, I paid a visit to Bretton Woods in New Hampshire, where 44 men signed our Articles of Agreement in 1944. Our founders faced two massive tasks: to deal with the immediate devastation caused by the war and to lay the foundation for a more peaceful, more prosperous post-war world.
What'd I say, man? What did I fucking say? Legitimately, what did I fucking tell you? Legit, all the shit, all right, all this fucking nonsense about QAnon and all the other garbage is nonsense. All right, all this woke shit, all the bullshit, all the fucking Antifa on the street and the Black Bloc and the BLM. Just foot soldiers of these fucking worthless globalist pieces of shit. All right, let's keep banging. Let's keep banging.
At the conclusion of the conference, John Maynard Keynes captured the significance of international cooperation as hope for the world.
John Maynard Keynes. If you don't know what Keynes is, legit, fucking Keynesian economics. Central plan, you know, fucking all, you know, yeah, it's garbage, all right, legit, it's fucking garbage, right? But legitimately, you know what I'm saying, there's the Austrian school of thought, the Frankfurt school of thought, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, I mean, Keynes' school of thought, and Keynes won out. Why? Because, like, Keynes' ideology allows central planning to be able to artificially control interest rates and print money as they see fit so they can pay for any programs without actually having any money. Basics of motherfucking Keynesianism. Let's keep rocking.
If we can continue, the brotherhood of men will have become more than a phrase, he said. As we look forward to welcoming Andorra as our 119th member, the work of the IMF is testament to the values of cooperation and solidarity on which a sisterhood and brotherhood of humanity is built.
Yeah, in case you didn't catch that, that's a sisterhood and brotherhood, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they gotta promote feminism, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, legit, women vote in democratic societies. You know what I mean? Legitimately. So we got to get them on board. You know what I mean? That's what they're basically saying here. This is all propaganda and garbage. You know what I mean? Legit. But, like, it's really revealing their fucking tactics. They understand exactly what they're doing. They're like, yo, that's why she's smiling at you with her eyes closed right now. Like, that's what fucking worthless pieces of garbage who are completely self-important and smug do. You know? Legit. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Today, we face a new Bretton Woods moment. A pandemic that has already cost more than 1 million lives. An economic calamity that will make the world economy 4.4% smaller this year and strip an estimated 11 trillion of output by next year.
Well, that's an estimated 11 trillion, and 4.4% is not that bad. Legit. Like, you're losing 5% off your bottom line. That's a little bit of a hit, but it's nothing major. If all y'all lost 5% of your paycheck, you know what I mean, in the year, you'd hurt a little, but, like, you could tighten your belt and get past it. Problem is like legit, they don't want to do that. They want to use it as an excuse to stand here and globalize more of the world and, basically turn us into slaves for the rest of the world to use. So let's keep going. She's going to explain that to you.
An untold human desperation in the face of huge disruption, rising poverty for the first time in decades. Once again, we face two massive tasks: to fight the crisis today and build a better tomorrow. We know what action must be.
I forget who it was. I think it was Karl Rove. He said, never let calamity go to waste. You know what I'm saying? A crisis go to waste, actually, I think is exactly what he said. But yeah, so they're not going to let this one go to waste because, they're going to stand here and try and push as much globalist nonsense on you as possible. That's what Joe Biden is really all about. He's a puppet for this bullshit. Yo, I'm gonna keep showing you all this until you understand what's going on. I don't give a fuck. Legit, I'm gonna keep fucking showing you this nonsense until y'all start fucking listening.
Taken right now. A durable economic recovery is only possible if we beat the pandemic. Health measures must remain a priority. I urge you to support production and distribution of effective therapies and vaccines to ensure that all countries have access. I also urge you to continue support for workers and businesses until a durable exit from the health crisis. We have seen global fiscal actions of 12 trillion. Major central banks.
Didn't they just say they were going to they eliminated $11 trillion off of the world's GDP, and they spent 12 trillion. Anybody else catch that? I'm pretty sure if you spend 12 trillion and lost 11 trillion, maybe, just maybe, there's a problem when it comes down to it. Let's be real here, all right? Either A, you're losing more money than you're talking about, or B, you're just printing money for no fucking reason. Let's keep going.
Have expanded balance sheets by 7.5 trillion. These synchronized measures have...
By the way, the U.S. has, expanded this balance sheet by 6. So that means the rest of the world has expanded its balance sheet by 1.5 trillion. I'm just putting that out there. By the way, this is new. This is legit. This is from yesterday. Just so you know, this isn't old information. This is new.
Have prevented the destructive macro-financial feedback we saw in previous crises. But almost all countries are still hurting, especially emerging market and developing economies.
They're always hurting. Right, we need to stop feeding them so they don't have so many fucking people. Are you tardy? Is that the situation? Are you tarded? Is that what's going on? I feel like you're tarded. You need to stop telling us what we should be doing. We need to stop helping these people because they keep breeding. Right? It's legit. It's like feeding a rat infestation. Dude, the rats are just gonna keep, fucking running around stealing food and fucking shit up. Chewing through wires and stuff because you have rats all over the place. Stop feeding them. Stop leaving food out. Your life will improve immensely.
And while the global banking system entered the crisis with high capital and liquidity buffers, there is a weak tail of banks in many emerging markets. We must take measures to prevent the buildup of financial risks over the medium term. We face what I have called a long ascent for the global economy, a climb that will be difficult, uneven, uncertain, and prone to setbacks. But it is a climb up, and we will have a chance to address some persistent problems: low productivity, slow growth, high inequalities, a looming climate crisis. We can do better than build back the pre-pandemic world. We can build forward to a world that is more resilient, sustainable, and inclusive.
Here goes the Green New Deal. We need to be more inclusive. You see how this works, man? These are all just buzzwords and nonsense. Legit. All right? This is just buzzwords and nonsense. Basically, they want fucking global communism. That's what this is. This is global communism on a government scale. They're like, hey, y'all are doing well. Let's steal from y'all and give it to the people who aren't as good as y'all. Like people who aren't as productive, the individuals who don't have property rights, the individuals, who don't have constitutions, the individuals who haven't stood there and fought and bled for their right to be where they are. Let's give it to them. That's what the fuck it is they're saying.
We must seize this new Bretton Woods moment. How? I see three imperatives. First, the right economic policies. What was true at Bretton Woods remains true today. Prudent macroeconomic policies and strong institutions are critical for growth, for jobs, for improved living standards.
And for taking away your freedoms and, destroying the sovereignty of nations, ended up causing, regulations for regulation's sake, creating jobs for individuals that don't do anything. That's what strong institutions do. Yeah, we got it. It destroys people as a whole and, it erodes, rights of free human beings. I got you. Let's keep going.
One size does not fit all. Policies must be tailored to individual country needs. Support remains essential for some time. Withdrawing it too early risks grave and unwarranted economic harm. The stage of the crisis will determine the appropriate shape of this support, generally broader early on and more targeted as countries begin to recover. Strong medium-term frameworks for monetary, fiscal, and financial policies, as well as reforms to boost trade, competitiveness, and productivity.
Reforms to boost trade. What does that mean? Oh yeah, globalization. That's what that means. And to raise productiveness and competitiveness. Wait, what does that mean? Oh yeah, let's go use slave labor like in the Uyghur camps out in China. Fuck you, lady. All right? Eat a dick. I'm good on your bullshit. All right, I like the sovereignty of my nation. We have a continental economy. We don't need the rest of y'all. That's really what it is.
Can help create confidence for policy action now while building much needed resilience for the future. That includes keeping a careful watch on risks presented by elevated debt. We expect 2021 debt levels to go up significantly to around 125% of GDP in advanced economies, 65% of GDP in emerging markets, and 50% of GDP in low-income countries.
Okay, what does that mean? That means countries like, Europe, United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, where white people live, right? Places where white people live are going to have 125, they're going to expect it to spend 125% of GDP to help the emerging markets and low-income countries so that they don't have as much debt as we do. That's what that means. Get nothing misunderstood about what this lady is saying. She literally wants wealth redistribution from individuals who are successful to individuals who are not. That's what this is about. And I told y'all motherfuckers, legit, I fucking told y'all that this is what Biden was about. This was the whole fucking thing. They were upset that we flipped the fucking table over on them and demanded our fucking jobs back. And they're pissed off about it.
The fund is providing debt relief to its poorest members, and with the World Bank, we support extension by the G20 of the debt service suspension initiative. Beyond this, where debt is unsustainable, it should be restructured without delay. We should move towards greater debt transparency and enhanced creditor coordination. I am encouraged by the G20 discussions on a common framework for sovereign debt resolution, as well as On our call for improving the architecture for sovereign debt resolution.
In other words, a debt jubilee for countries who can't pay their fucking bills. That's what that is. That means like you took out a whole bunch of bad loans. Now we want to collect on that fucking. We don't want to have other countries pay for your debt. We just want to forgive it.
Including private sector participation. We are there for our member countries, supporting their policies. And policies must be for people. My second imperative. To reap the full benefits of sound economic policy, we must invest more in people. That means protecting the vulnerable. It also means boosting human and physical capital to underpin growth and resilience. COVID-19 has underscored the importance of strong health systems. Rising inequality and rapid technological change demands strong education and training systems to increase opportunity and reduce disparities. Accelerating gender equality can be a global game changer.
Accelerating gender equality can be a global game changer. Hey, by the way, man, like, yo, you know those females you're using as moms right now to feed your children and whatnot? Yeah, nah. They should be in the workforce, you know what I mean? Like, yo, they shouldn't be moms, you know, ever. Like, you know, because, I mean, heaven forbid, you know, you have decently raised kids inside of your society. Your women shouldn't be trapped in a family and children if she chose to make that decision. She should be able to put those kids in a fucking daycare and walk the fuck away and go back to work. That's what's good for your society as a whole, because you know what? It's better off if the government raises your fucking children rather than you. You know, by yes, we need more of that. That's, I can't think of a better thing to promote. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fucking eat a dick.
For the most unequal countries, closing the gender gap could increase GDP by an average of 35%. And
where did you get that number? Where did you get that fucking number? Because at no point has that ever happened. All right, when women go to work, you know what it does? It destroys everybody and destroys families and neighborhoods and communities. Women end up spending, like, the mass majority of money that women end up making gets spent on fucking childcare any fucking way. And fucking and more transportation and more clothes and more food because the female has to fucking eat at work. You know, it all just ends up getting fucking eat up. All of it. It's stop. Fucking stop. Jesus fucking Christ.
Investing in our young people is investing in our future. They need access to health and education and also access to the internet because that gives them access to the digital economy, so critical for growth and development in the future.
Oh my God. Okay, look. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make poor people move up the value-added scale. All right. Problem is like legit. You know, like there's a process to this. You have to go from, you know, agricultural to industrial to fucking service sector before you start climbing up the value-added scale. And, you know, I mean, the service sector type of economies, where, you know, like your kids are over here actually like using the internet to create programs and things of this nature. And I understand that you can have some breakout individuals doing these type of things, but the problem is most of these countries don't have the infrastructure to stand here and support these type of, you know, I mean, abilities and whatnot. And I get, you know, I mean, having kids connected to the internet for the digital economy. I personally think all the kids should be, you know, I mean, doing internet school, so you don't have to worry about paying for schools, you know, I mean, which is a giant expense that's completely unnecessary on any society at the moment. But hey, by all means, let's keep going in this retarded broad, you know, I mean, way of thinking.
The future. Expanding internet access in sub-Saharan Africa just by 10% of the population could increase real per capita GDP growth by as much as 4 percentage points.
I'll tell you what, you're probably not wrong there. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to have individuals, you know, like hook up to the internet and sell their goods would probably not be a bad ideology. But I'll be real, I feel like that 4% is probably actually more likely going to come from Nigerian scammers, you know what I mean, sending out phishing links to people's emails. You know, like, just putting that out there.
Digitalization also helps with financial inclusion as a powerful tool to help overcome poverty. Just as the pandemic has shown that we can no longer ignore health precautions, we can no longer afford to ignore climate change, my third imperative. We focus on climate change.
Yes, not only are we going to stand here and, take your money and spend it on, people who didn't fucking earn it. On top of that, we want you to take the money that you do earn and, have a harder time at it because we need to reduce carbon dioxide in the air that feeds the trees. I'm not even real sure where anybody thought that science was good. Like, I have no idea. That's the dumbest thing ever. You say carbon monoxide? By all means, yeah, carbon monoxide is probably terrible for, the fucking earth, because like that's shit that we create, through like internal combustion engines and things of this nature and by burning things, right? That's good science, but saying carbon dioxide is bad for the earth is literally like saying dirt and water are bad for the earth. People are fucking dumb, but it just goes to show you like nobody knows anything about fucking science or math or fucking geology or fucking chemistry. Well, let's keep going. We'll keep going.
Because it is macrocritical, posing profound threats to growth and prosperity. It is also people critical and planet critical.
Yeah, I feel like, like if you built your fucking, your city and your fucking civilization on a coastline, you deserve what you get. And by the way, for years this has happened, believe it or not. The reasons why we're a civilization in the first place is because the sea crept in, and, took over Lower Samaria and forced those individuals to interact with the individuals who came down from the mountains towards like Iran and things of this nature. And, they ended up forming a civilization, because they had to move. And that turned into what we know now as Samaria. Move. Get back away from the fucking coastline. Legit, I'm pretty sure, like, if you wake up one day and, like, your fucking feet are all wet when you put them on the ground because, like, the ocean done crap in, it's time for you to pick that fucking straw hut up and move it the fuck backwards. All right? I literally don't care if you get flooded out. Like, fuck you. Like, it's not my fucking problem. And this bullshit match he's about to do is going to aggravate the fuck out of me.
In the last decade, direct damage from climate-related disasters adds up to around $1.3 trillion.
Well, first off, that's not that much money, right? But secondly, I'm gonna put it like this: climate-related disasters, all right, is it's like when, like fucking the government says school shootings, then you find out like, half of the shit happened in the summertime when Tyrone was, out here shooting out in the fucking block and whatnot in front of a school, and they go, hey, that's a school shooting. You go, no, it's not. All right, he was a block and a half from the fucking school, and you're just counting it because you want to fucking pad the numbers. Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense. All right, same thing with these fucking climate nonsense. California has always been on fire. Australia, same thing. It was humans literally setting fires for most of this shit when it comes down to it. And they go, oh, there's no, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's no fucking arson, blah, blah, blah. Bull, shut the fuck up. All right, I know what the fuck you're doing. Okay, I know what you're doing. Don't fucking bullshit a bullshitter, all right, when it comes down to it. I know what you're doing. I get it, all right? Like, y'all want to promote climate change so bad that you're literally going, yo, man, I saw that guy, he made fish and fucking bread appear, you know what I mean? Because you wanted that nigga to be Jesus. The fuck out of here. Stop it.
If you don't like this health crisis, we will not like the climate crisis one iota. Our research shows that with the right mix of green investment and higher carbon prices, we can steer toward zero emissions by 2050, and we can help create millions of new jobs.
There's so much wrong with that statement. There's so much wrong with that statement. Legit. Yo, like, y'all don't understand how longitude and latitude and the fucking sun. Look at that fucking self-assured bullshit. I just want to smack the piss. Like, I don't, though, because she kind of looks like my grandma. I'll be honest with you. Like, yo, but still, like, no, I'm fucking tired of this dumb shit. Legit. There's a certain part of the earth where green investment is not helpful, all right? I don't care how many solar panels or windmills you put up, all right? They're only good for a certain percentage of the day because the sun disappears, and then the sun doesn't get direct light on them, and it fucking snows, and it's fucking cloudy, all right? And they're just not efficient, all right? Just like fucking windmills, not efficient, all right? Nuclear power is the best bet, you know what I mean, along with whatever the fuck the new nuclear thing is. There's uranium and the other one, I forget the name of it. Too much information, man. Too much information inside of my head for me to be pulling stuff out that quickly. You know, I apologize. Like, yo, let's keep going though.
We have a historic opportunity to build a greener world, also a more prosperous and job-rich one. With low interest rates, the right investments today can yield a triple dividend tomorrow, avert future losses, spur economic gains, save lives, and deliver social and environmental benefits for everyone.
It's not how that works. It's not how that works. Like, that's not how math works. It's not how math works. Germany has spent like $7 trillion on solar and has gotten 7% of their economy going green. Like, yo, they're just not a good way to go. Wasn't just solar and wind and water, right? But still, it's just not a good way to go. Like, legit, no, stop it. All right, it doesn't, no, you don't get fucking, no, your math is terrible. How could fucking economists' math be this fucking, they're females. That's right, I fucking forgot. They're fucking females. Let's keep going.
At the fund, we are working tirelessly to support a durable recovery and a resilient future as countries adapt to structural transformations brought on by climate change, by digital acceleration, and the rise of the knowledge economy. Since the pandemic began, we have committed over $100 billion, and we still have substantial resources from our $1 trillion in lending capacity. We will continue to pay special attention to the urgent needs of emerging markets.
Yo, just so you know, that's y'all's money, all right? You know, she said $1 trillion, right? Yeah, it's because, like, yo, this place is funded by the U.S., all right? Just get nothing misunderstood. These idiots get to promote this bullshit and fucking lecture you about how you're supposed to live on your dime. Just, you know, even for leftists, I feel like that's not a positive thing. Like, on your dime, they're literally out here spewing nonsense and handing out free money, and it's not to you. There you go, leftists. There's something that should upset the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? For everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just in general, like, yo, fuck this broad and everything she says.
And low-income countries, especially small and fragile states, helping them to pay doctors and nurses and protect the most vulnerable people and parts of their economy.
What about everybody in the logistics fields, right? That's over here moving goods around and pharmaceuticals and, you know, fuck food and shit. What about people fucking making food? Individuals, you know, producing agriculture. You don't care about any of them. No, just doctors and nurses. Why? Because, like, yo, you like doctors and nurses. They agree with you. All the rest of us are telling you to go eat a dick. That's why the fuck it is you address doctors and nurses. Yo, fuck you.
Our unprecedented action was only possible thanks to our members' generous support. The doubling of the new arrangements to borrow and a new round of bilateral borrowing arrangements preserves our much-needed financial firepower. Members also have stepped up with essential contributions to our catastrophe containment and relief and poverty reduction and growth trusts. This has allowed us to support our low-income members with debt relief.
Yo, just remember, you as Americans set all this up and paid for it. Just so you know. Just so you know where your tax monies went. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is what you fought World War II for, buddy. Just so you know. This is why everybody died in Nam. This is why everybody died in Korea. Right here. This is why, motherfuckers. This is what they did with it. Just so you fucking know.
And to triple our concessional lending. We are engaging with members to further boost our concessional lending capacity, to adapt our lending toolkit, and to increase support for capacity development. IMF staff, working day and night, have been magnificent in this crisis. My sincere thanks to them and to my management team. And my deep appreciation to our executive directors. They have been there every step of the way over the past 6 months. The best memorial we can build to those who have lost their lives in this crisis.
All right, well, we're gonna shut this bitch down because I'm fucking tired of hearing this broad talk. You know, real shit, I'm fucking sick of hearing this goddamn broad talk. So we're gonna shut this bitch down and move the fuck on about our business. In the meantime, you know the deal, man. This is Tom Pease with Pnoid News. Holla at your motherfucking boy. Peace be like one later.